What is going on? I am zmoT. We are back in action for War Factory Day. First time in months or years. We're going to do it two different ways. Once with an HQ18, once with a max level account. But first, we got to show this right about here. Of donation or help is suggested and appreciated and all of that sort of stuff. There's multiple ways to donate. You can go to Streamlabs, you can go to the GoFundMe, but I would suggest considering it. This War Factory, now I'm not going to say a heck of a lot about it because I don't know many of the details. I don't know many of the ins and outs, so there are other people who have said more and are more intimately familiar with it, so all I can suggest is please consider donating. So back to War Factory. We're going to use Everspark as always using Everspark. Once you can master Everspark, it just makes your whole boom beach. Oh no, I forgot to push the button. So the first thing you need to worry about when using Everspark is pushing the hack button. Sorry, trying to fit too many things into the same video and not having a good start. So we lost a delay, as you saw there, which meant that we got wrecked by that laser a little bit. Now, this double hack is probably not going to work. Let's throw a med kit, because as you saw, that laser already got some of my health. And we got hit by the shock blaster. So off to a terrible, terrible start. But we got some stuff started. Let's get a barrage on this laser, because we're going to want to get rid of that later on. At the same time, the problem is we're probably damaging things, so we're going to make sure we get a little bit extra damage over here on this rocket launcher. If you're wondering why I'm talking fast, I have a conference call in 12 minutes, so doing two different War Factories in the span of 12 minutes is going to be a little bit tight, but I think we should be able to do it. So we're going to walk Everspark up into this general vicinity. We're going to push the button and see which building she automatically selects. Thankfully, it is that rocket launcher. Now we're going to walk over here. So we can be fairly certain she's going to select that rocket launcher because she selected it previously. We did move a little bit, but I'm fairly confident that we should be able to double hack here and get the rocket launcher and the shock launcher. You have to really watch those health bars. Obviously, for those of you who aren't aware, Everspark does do her hacking targeting based on building with the least amount of health by percentage. So if you can see a dramatic difference in the health bar, that's usually enough of the infos. Now I'm just getting rid of this laser because the number one bit of feedback I ever get from people is that lasers are your number one fear. So we're going to get rid of the laser first. We've done 2 attacks. No troops lost whatsoever. Once that laser's gone, then maybe we can consider doing more. But for right now, it's all about getting rid of that laser. Just people always, anytime you're using squishy troops, people seem to just absolutely struggle with lasers. You can make a little gap in your smoke when there's a shock blaster, even with flamethrowers and doom cannons and all that sort of stuff. But lasers just are so unforgiving. So we're going to use one more barrage. Now at this point, we essentially can just walk up to the core and blow it over. Let's do that. We're going to drop Everspark back here, get some of her critters rocking and rolling as she dies. So much for the critters. We're just going to shock. I'm not going to use any smoke for this attack just to try and keep it super simple. We're going to lose some troops right here, but not all that many. I mean, we're just dealing with sniper towers and boom cannons, so we should be able to just walk up, keep our shocks moving backwards, hopefully keeping machine guns and shock blasters shocked. And then it would be really nice to have Everspark right now because all of those critters would be helping keep our troops alive, but obviously I screwed that up royally. So flaring on that shock blaster, and now we can retreat. I'm going to retreat as soon as I get rid of those last couple mines right about there, and then we're going to retreat before those machine guns eat our faces off. So if we had Everspark, could have kept walking forward more and more. Probably should have used smoke just to get our troops a little bit closer to the shock blaster and stuff like that. But overall, a fairly easy, but I said very instead, if you're wondering why I sounded awful there. Let's get... We have 2 attacks left. I would typically do the core hit right now. By all means, please do the core hit right now. There's no reason not to. I'm going to not do the core hit because I'm going to try to walk all the way up to core using absolutely no smoke on HQ18. Just trying to keep it as simple as possible. Dropping way over here, and I'm hoping that Everspark's critters are going to start counting here because that grappler behind the core is going to be a bit of a problem. Going to clear this boom mine. Really was hoping that Everspark's critters would clear it for me, but it doesn't seem like it's going to happen. So now that that cannon is gone, let's get over into here, keep those machine guns shocked, and just walk towards the core. That's all we really have to do at this point, is just keep walking towards the core, keep the shocks on the machine guns, and we should be able to finish this off without too much difficulty. We're going to lose some troops for sure. I do have instant training on this account, so it's not a huge concern losing troops. Obviously, if you do not have instant training, you probably want to not do it this way and just smoke to core with brick and you can take it down. We still have 1 extra attack left and we should still be able to finish. That right hand side rocket launcher is giving us a bit of difficulties, but not overly bad. As we're about to lose Everspark. Goodbye, Everspark. Probably should throw a barrage here just in the hopes that we can finish this off on our 4th attack. It's going to be very close, like nail biting close. We have a total of 4 zookas left, 3 zookas left, 2 zookas left. Oh, come on. I want to see the long bomb air shot from the zooka. Didn't get it down. Came ridiculously close, but thankfully we have 1 attack left. So I would not recommend doing it that way. That last attack was a bit painful for my liking, but all I would really do is drop your troops and then flare them up into this general vicinity. Use a couple smokes to keep all of your troops alive, and then throw the dancing cucumber smokes out there, and then hit the core. Obviously, we really don't need to do that because an artillery would finish that. But that's about the kill zone I would use for that attack. With brick, not with Everspark, and then probably 2 shocks to get to the core. But as you can see, really don't need smoke for today's War Factory. Very easy, especially if you have Everspark. If you don't have Everspark, it's going to be a bit more work, but still possible for sure. Now I'm going to switch accounts. I'll be back in just a second. Okay, we're back. Now, big news on this account is I also got a legendary on this account, so warships and War Factory all at the same time. I've got 2 legendary accounts now, which was pretty sweet, I thought. Let's get into War Factory, though. Now, I'm going to use warriors. Warriors, please. Anytime I see a warships and a War Factory that does not have a shield, it's time to use warriors. Have not used, a little bit of a disclaimer, I have not used warriors in a very long time. So if and when I screw this up, you'll know why. Probably should do a setup hit, but what's the fun in that? So what I'm going to do is I'm going to get rid of these boom mines right in here. Oh man, this is almost guaranteed screw up. I have not used warriors in so incredibly long. So now I'm going to use a ground flare. I love to use ground flares with warriors. You may not like it quite as much. The ground flare reasoning is just to get brick nice and close, and as soon as brick gets close, we're going to throw this out. We're going to throw 2 shocks, 2 critters and 2 shocks, and then just medkit on like crazy, and we should be able to take it down, I would think, but it looks like maybe I screwed up, and no, nice War Factory. Keep saying warships. War Factory solo, unboosted with the warriors. So not a lot of skill or effort there. This account does have, I think, 6 GBE, so we managed to get there and do fairly decent, but I'm pretty sure Brick died like right away. So let's show the stats on the account. That definitely saved us some time doing the solo. So 58% troop damage, 32% troop health, and 126 GBE. What that looks like is 6 GBE statues, 3 troop damage, and 1 troop health. So let me know how you did War Factory, and if this is your first ever War Factory win. And if you donate to Mr. Fritz, please do leave a comment, and I will give you a heart and a thumbs up and a high five. Otherwise, like always, thanks for coming in. I'm zmoT. This was War Factory, and it was great to be back doing War Factory. Now, in my ear, I could hear my video or audio click a little bit. If you heard that, also please do let me know. Any suggestions for troops to use next week, please also let me know. I'll talk to you soon. Thanks for coming in. I'm zmoT. Peace.